All right, welcome back to part 2. So we're going to exit Arch install and reboot. This will put us inside of our freshly installed environment. And there we go. We're going to just use Arch Linux. Going to make sure our scale display is up. Full screen. Now, you're only going to be given Plasma Wayland as the X11 package has been removed, thankfully. X11 is ancient and it's not something you really want to use. Let's see if this auto scales, because we do have acceleration. I see that we do have blur. It's not doing its thing. Okay, I'm going to reboot because I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. There we go. Maybe something in the background needs to be started. Even though it shouldn't be. Because again, we do have acceleration, as you can see. I don't know. Alright, you know what? Let's just go deal with our monitor then. Hopefully there's 1440p. There's not. Alright. We'll choose 1080p for now. FPS, color profile, none. Ugh. Welcome to 60 FPS. Does not feel good. And I need to find a new position for me. Somewhere right there should be fine. So welcome to Plasma. What I literally call hell on earth. Because they choose to prioritize features over bug fixes. Alright. I'm going to put the panel up there, and I did that by right-clicking and going to edit mode. I will show you one more time. Edit mode. Click the bar. Set position. You can put it anywhere that you want. Okay? Even on a second monitor if you want to have your first monitor for just doing things without being bugged by a panel. Alright, I'm going to set this to... Oh, it lets me in a VM. Set it to 32, but I can't do it outside of a VM. Isn't that great? I'm going to disable plan that. I'm going to basically add a new panel on the bottom, an empty panel. And I'm going to click up here. I'm going to right there. I'm going to put you right there. Then I'm going to click here. And still constant. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh no, it's messed it all up. Whatever are we going to do? Remove that and add a new spacer. Not for me. And that's how easy it is, ladies and gentlemen, to crash Plasma. Isn't that nice? That didn't take long, did it? There we go. Oh. You over there. Great. Now you have a panel, and now we're going to basically turn this into a dock, just like that. And it's going to bug out again, because it doesn't like being made bigger. 52 should do it. Let's make it translucent. Oh. For those people that say 60 FPS is enough, you've never used a desktop environment in 165 to 180 hertz. It's night and day. There we go. So now we have a dock. Now we have a panel. If you don't want the dock, don't do the dock. If you don't want the panel on the top, put it wherever you want. Everything in Linux is a choice. Nothing is to be complained about. Alright. So what do we do next? Where do we go from here? Well, as I said, we have fire fail. No, do not. We have console. We do. Sudo pacman-s Firefox password. Alright, my eyes got itchy. And now we have fire fail. Okay. I don't like Firefox. I call it whatever I want. It's up to you if you want to call it that as well. We're going to go to GitHub. Okay. This is the one right here. Going to scroll down to where it says bin or binary. We're going to take this. We're going to open up console again. And we're going to max out the screen just like this. We're going to zoom in. You do that by holding Control-Shift+. Just paste it all in there. Enter your password. And it will handle everything for you. And once it's done, it's going to install into the system where it's supposed to be. Just like that. Press Control-L to clear. And then we're going to go and grab Yay Downgrade. This is for you, and this is for you AMD people only. Okay. Oh, that's a big bada boom. I'm not sure if you guys heard that or not, but there's some construction going on down at the hospital, which is not that far from me. Alright, so now that we've installed downgrade, sudo downgrade lib32 mesa and mesa and Vulkan Radeon. Now this is only if you have ring 0. So we're going to use our arrow keys to go up to 25.1.7, which is the last stable version. And we're going to do the same thing again and one more time. What this will do, we'll grab the older packages. And if you want, you can also skip. Oh, it's an unresolvable dependency. Why is it unresolvable? Is my time in my VM correct? Should be. I'm going to add those to ignore for now. And I'll show you how to remove them from ignore. Why? Interesting. It wants to download all these dependencies, but yet I'm able to do this without an issue on my version of Arch Linux. How strange. Well, time to break the system. Don't do what I'm going to do, unless you really, really want ring 0 to go away. Is it just not installed? Is that the reason? Air target not found. I typed it correctly, didn't I? Let's see. Now I'm just confused. Well, I found out why I was confused. Follow with me here. For some reason, the multi-lib repo, I don't think is enabled. So now, pacman-sy, make this a little bit bigger. And now that we have the multi-lib repo enabled, we should be able to do this. And there it is right there. All that, install all that business right there. I do not know why it was not enabled when we did select it to be enabled. Pretty weird, huh? So now, we do this. It should let us do that. Now remember, if you're having issues following along, you can pause the video. Okay? Now we've downgraded Mesa to 25.1. I hate having to downgrade packages. It makes me mad, but it is what it is. So now I'm going to show you how to remove these packages from the upgrading process, or from blocking it from the upgrading process. So if we go in here, you may notice there's an ignore package, Mesa, Vulkan, Radeon, and lib32. If you want to upgrade these packages in the end, because they fixed ring 0, which I hope they do, remove all of these. Okay? And that's it. All right, on to the next step. Yay, Arch Gaming Meta. I know this may sound weird, but it provides all the packages you need, all the essentials, all the dependencies, and it gives you everything that you could ever possibly need to make gaming happen on your system without any issues, which is very, very important. I know it may look like a lot of packages, but you got to understand this is for best compatibility possible for running games. That means in lutris, outside of lutris, wherever. This does it all for you. Okay? Look at it go. Yeah. Gonna rebuild some stuff. It's gonna do some stuff. It's gonna install some wine. And we're gonna install a few more packages because they're needed. Okay? Because we're gonna cover the gaming side in this video. So yay, heroic. Now, if you're wondering what heroic does, heroic essentially covers Epic Games and GOG games. Okay, so you don't need lutris to install both of those clients just to be able to use your games. You can install heroic, log into both, and you're good to go. And no, it won't steal your data or do anything else. It will ask permission to share your data anonymously to build the application better, but you can say no. Okay? So we downgraded Mesa. Great. If you're an NVIDIA user, you didn't need to do that. NVIDIA is fine right now, minus the DirectX 12 performance loss, which should be fixed hopefully soon. We installed the Arch Gaming meta packages, which pretty much gave us Heroic, Lutris, and Steam. Now we're going to grab Proton Plus. Proton Plus allows you to grab alternative Protons, which can have better compatibility with other games like Proton GE or CashOS Proton or Proton EM. All are completely acceptable options. Install all three because honestly they cover things that others don't cover. Like when a game wouldn't work with CashOS Proton, I use GE. If it doesn't work with GE, I use EM. And if it just doesn't work with either, well, then the game is just fracked, and that's a rare occasion. We're talking about 0.001% of a chance of that happening. Okay, so we have Proton Plus. Now we're going to grab Mango Juice. Mango Juice lets you customize Mango Juice, which is, lets you customize Mango HUD. And it's a more user-friendly package than Go Overlay. What it lets you do is it lets you add like the cores, the individual spikes, everything you need. I have a video guide on that in the description below in the playlist I keep mentioning, so make sure you check that out. And I think we have everything. Let me go look. Games. Heroic, check. Go Overlay, check. Proton Plus, check. Lutris, check. Steam native. Use this version of Steam, not the native version. Multimedia. Okay, I think we should install. I think we got everything right now that we need. This. Now, I did mention Mango Juice right there. I did mention that we could grab the CashOS kernel and stuff for performance reasons and whatnot. That's completely up to you whether you want to do that or not. Get rid of that. But for now, I'm going to clean up this because this is really annoying for me. Good, that's disabled. Show when relevant. Always hidden. Always hidden. Always hidden. Always hidden. Always hidden. I'm not disabling things. I'm making them always hidden. Just like this. And the printer. Because then what happens is you don't have to see it. This one's getting disabled though. But it'll still be there and available to you. Okay? Here we go. See how it's all cleaned up now? float free. I basically put all of this stuff hidden in here. That way you're able to deal with things. Now, let's talk about performance modes, okay? So in here, you have to install the package. The package, I'm going to just use EA for this. Profile Demon? No, let's just search Power Profile. Power Profile. And it's right there at the bottom, Power Profile Daemon, and install it goes. Once you reboot, what's going to happen is if you go into Power Management, you're going to have a slider for Performance, Power Save, and Balanced. Okay? All right. I think this part is done. We're all set up for gaming. The next part is completely optional. In the next video, it's going to be installing the CacheOS repos and installing the CacheOS kernel, kernel manager, and a bunch of other things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I hope it was helpful. I'm trying to keep things clean and informative the best that I can. Remember, if you're new here, subscribe. If you haven't yet, check that playlist. You get to learn Pac-Man if you're on Arch, which we're using. DNF if you choose Fedora. Apt if you choose Pikaos. And there's a ton of other things the playlist shows you how to do, okay? Now, for gaming, you might be wondering, well, what do I do to open up Steam? You click the Steam application. What do I do to start gaming? You install a game. That's it. You know what? The last 10 seconds of this video, or so on and so forth, however long it takes to install this, update this, we're going to basically show you how easy it is to game on this. I think I left my phone on my bed. I'm going to need it. Okay. What I'm going to do is we're going to open up Proton Plus. That's the console. I don't know how I typed PRO and for some reason console showed up. What? Console, you're attention seeking. Okay, so this is Proton Plus. Okay. Proton GE, install it. All right, this will always automatically update you to the latest, which is what you want. And next, we're going to be installing the CacheOS one. Very simple, easy to use application. Again, this has abilities and ways to make other things work. I'm not sure if they're exactly the same, but I don't know. Let's try to just have an all-around better experience the same way that I do. Because making things work is super easy when you have the right protons, okay? So now that that's done, this is Proton EM. It's sort of more of a bleeding edge thing with FSR support. This has FSR support, that has FSR support though, so they kind of share with one another. And extracting, moving, hopefully. There we go. Now you can exit the application. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to exit out of Steam. We are going to open it back up. That way the new protons will be read. And with any hope, one day in this scenario, be able to scan our QR code, log in. There you go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. If you wanted to, you could always pin this to the dock so it stays. Like any application. So what do we do now? Well, you click a game and you install. That's it. What if you want to add storage? If you're using an NTFS drive for your games, don't even bother. I will not support that whatsoever. That will lead to data loss and other issues. It will also lead to not being able to launch the game on Steam at all unless certain things are done. If you can, if you're fully switching to Linux, format that drive and install and basically format it to ext4 or XFS. Okay? You'll have a much better experience. That's it. But if you want to switch protons, you can right-click the game, Properties, Compatibility, and you can choose any proton that you want. Feel free to experiment with this. So say if we choose Proton Experimental, hit Install, hit Accept, what happens is you're going to get this. Now I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to go to properties of this. If this isn't bleeding enough edge for you and you need something else, you could always go to betas, and you could choose this, bleeding edge, latest and untested. See, these things need to be tested. So if you're going to choose this, okay, and it will automatically download that now instead of the original one. He's doing it right now. What you would do is you get a GitHub account and you go to VK E3D Proton. Okay, you'd head to this, close that, I didn't need that. And if you have an issue or you've been testing something, you could go in here, you could create a new issue, and you could tell what your problem is. If the game uses DirectX 12, if it uses DirectX 11, and you also want to report an issue, make sure the issue is actually real and it's not just a you problem. Okay, because we don't need spam issues. I don't work with these people because I find them extremely annoying and elitist, but still, as you can see, people have been reporting issues left and right, which is nice. You always want more progress when it comes to gaming. So make sure your issue is a legit thing and report it. But first, before you do, check your issue, okay? Like, let's do Fable. Game is opening in the wrong monitor, so Fable currently has a thing. So the wrong monitor thing has already been reported. So all you need to do is add down to the report that you have the same issue. Okay, don't make duplicates. Always search to make sure the issue is there before you do anything else. So there you go. Now you know how to install games. I guess we should probably cover Heroic as well. I just didn't want too long of a video for part 2, but there's a lot to cover, I remember now. So this is up to you, enable or disable. I'm going to enable it. I'm going to be honest with you. I want them to have better support. So go in here and log yourself in. That's what I'm going to do, but not in front of you. Alright, so now that that's all logged in, I'm going to click GOG next, and we're going to log into this. Alright, so now that both are in there, we can go to our library. As you can see, it's currently loading games now. And once it's done, we'll have a butt ton of games. Hopefully you've been keeping up with your free GOG games on Twitch using Amazon Prime. You've been collecting your free games via my Discord's free game channel. And you've been keeping up with the free games on Steam, even though they're the crappiest things in the world. And your Epic Games free games, because it all comes into fruition right here, because this is amazing. If you say you have nothing to play, you haven't been gathering your free games. And I know trusting Epic is something that most people don't want to do, but when you're getting free games, just go with the damn flow. It's worth it. Well, I have 2 copies of this. Yeah. So there we go. These are all my Epic and GOG games. There is a total of 619. I have multiple versions of BioShock, remastered versions and whatnot, so that's great. Wish they had a remastered friggin' that one. But yeah, so far so good. Hey look, it's Plague's Tales ripoff. So there you go. Alright, on to Blizzard's launcher, so battle.net. So we go here, we go to battle.net, we're gonna hit the download button for it. Okay, hopefully it actually downloads. Yeah, great, that's perfect. We're gonna exit out now. We're gonna add a game. We're going to call it battle.net. Here to ruin your life and make sure that you spend as much money as possible, because they like to screw you over. Anyway, after doing that, run installer first, go to downloads, select the executable. It will then pop up with this. We're going to hit continue. Now, if you're going to do this with Lutris, try to remember that most of the time it freezes at 45%, where with Heroic, it does not freeze at 45%. In fact, it continues, and we can actually install everything and make it work. This means your Doom New Ages, your Overwatch, and everything else in between will fully work and function, including World of Warcraft, without needing to do much of anything. I hope you enjoy that news. That must make you happy because we're going to cover the EA app next. EA, the way it's meant to be broken. EA, the way they mean to steal your money and your sanity. EA, we have the worst anti-cheat in the world, but we still blame Linux gamers even though they can't cheat in Proton due to a number of different reasons. But they're enemy number one. Now, don't log yourself in. Just hit exit. We're going to go find the executable in the prefix. And it should be under program files. It's not. Okay. Apparently it's a 32-bit application. Battle.net, and choose the Battle.net launcher and hit finish. Congratulations. Battle.net is installed and ready to go. So, add a game. We're going to call this one EA app. The way it's meant to be borked. And of course, we're going to use the Proton GE latest. Run the installer first. Go to downloads. And hopefully pray to the gods that the EA app shows up, which it does. Pray to Odin that it finishes downloading. And then pray to Odin once again, because honestly, you're going to need it, that it installs. And then works right afterwards. And then once you're done, pray to Freya to heal your wounds. Is it done? Yeah, it seems to be done. So go to your prefix, your drive, your program files, electronic arts, EA desktop, go down and find, yes, you need attention, I get it, the EA launcher.exe and hit finish. There you go. I've covered EA, I've covered GOG, I've covered Battle.net, okay, and the last one we're going to cover is Uplay, or UbiConnect. Alright, and if you're tired of my stupid little voices, don't worry, this is going to be the end of the video at almost 30 minutes. I just want to show you how to get all the launchers, because it kind of matters. We're just going to type Uplay, okay? You could not put in Uplay if you want, but I'm just going to type Uplay. I'm going to run the installer first. We're going to go to the downloads. We're going to select the Connect tab. Once again, I'm going to run the application. Hit OK. Hit I accept. Install. Is this the perfect time or what to ask you to subscribe to this channel if you're new? And don't forget to hit the like button. And the bell to be notified for when I go live and decide to stream. If that's today. Not really sure. Ubisoft game launcher. And I believe it's called this, right? Should be this, or see, I don't know much with this one because I don't really install this one very often, because it's annoying. But let's try again. Let's select the 64-bit version and hit finish. Man, hitting finish, people, is probably the worst thing in the world you could do. They're so nice. Alright, we're going to hit play to make sure that it works. First time startup. Isn't that great? Now, while we're waiting, we're going to go back to the console. We're going to do another yay. UMU. Launcher. Okay, and we are gonna grab the one in the multi-lib repository, and there you go. You got your last great thing that you need for this to work. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so that was the incorrect executable for that. And it's not letting me choose another executable, so this is a perfect time to learn how to make those executables work. Edit app game, select the executable let's just try the normal exe, okay, instead of the launcher itself. See if that works, and we're going to play now. This way, I end up going over a little bit of troubleshooting with you to make sure that you know what you're doing, and it's still not wanting to do its thing. Why? See? You see why I don't like it? Logs. Logs are disabled. So, let's go enable the logs. Okay. It looks good there. Let's hit play. See why it's not doing anything. The reason it's not doing anything is because it requires Vulkan, but it says Vulkan's found. So this will actually work for you, you know, when you start it on your actual PC, but it will not start for you in a VM, okay? Unlike these two, which are much... Never mind, I'm not saying that damn phrase. All right, this is the end of this part of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, do all that great stuff, and I will see you next time. Check out the playlist below to learn more about pacman commands and about the DNF commands and about how to do system maintenance and other stuff. And I will see you next time. Remember, DNF is for Fedora. We are currently on Arch Linux. I will do the Fedora guide once again, I guess, when Fedora 43 comes out, if it's stable. If it's not, don't expect it, okay? Bye. Live long and prosper. To infinity and beyond. Never give up. Never surrender. Something like that. Yeah.